Tips for exercising to lose weight. There are two things that you must do to lose weight, and one of those we have already covered pretty extensively, and that is to eat right and fill your body with good, clean water. The other thing you have to do is get your body moving. You don't have to purchase a gym membership to get exercise. In fact, there are several things you can do on a daily basis that will help to kickstart your body into losing weight, and there are several exercises you can do on your own to lose weight. Tip number 1, when you begin working out, whether at home or in a gym, don't be discouraged if you don't see results right away. It takes more than a week to get your body into shape and to begin making progress. Many people make the mistake of believing that their exercising isn't working when it just takes a little bit of time. If you push your body too much when you first get started exercising, you can end up with injuries. Your bones, joints and ligaments are not prepared for the exertion you are putting on them. Don't think that if you really push yourself hard for a few workouts that you'll lose money. Unfortunately, the body doesn't work this way. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to exercising. Tip number 2, check your weight when you start exercising, but don't use it as a guide to how much weight you are losing. Your weight fluctuates throughout the day. If you check your weight every day, you may only end up getting discouraged. Tip number 3, the best way to know if you're losing weight is by the fit of your clothes. If you start to feel as though you're floating in your clothes, then you know your eating and exercising is doing you some good. Another way to know if you're losing weight is if you can begin moving where you usually buckle your belt. Of course, tighter is better. Tip number 4, when you periodically check your weight and the fit of your clothes, reward yourself. Buy yourself some new running shoes or a new pair of jeans. This will help to keep you motivated as you pursue your weight loss goals. Tip number 5, take a day off from exercising to provide your body with a chance to rest and repair. Your body needs a day off once a week. Tip number 6, 3 days of 30-minute exercise will help you to maintain your weight, but you need at least 4 days of 30-minute exercise to begin to lose weight, and 5 days a week is even better. Tip number 7, collect information on exercise and easy things you can do from your own home. There is tons of extensive research available on exercise, and you can choose what will assist you the most to meet your weight loss goals. Browse the internet or pick up some books on health and exercise from your local bookstore or library to learn more and how to burn off the desired number of calories you are trying to burn each week. Tip number 8, try to find an exercise buddy. This should be someone who is as committed to exercising and losing weight as you are. One of the advantages of finding a committed partner is that you have someone to keep feeling responsible to them. The knowledge that someone is waiting on you makes it easier for you to get out of bed and go exercise with them. You wouldn't want to stand up your exercise buddy, would you? Tip number 9, when your body tells you it has had enough, take a break. When you have worked out for a considerable amount of time, you will start receiving signals from your body. This is particularly important when you are just getting started in your exercise routine. Tip number 10, if you decide to increase the length of your workouts, do so gradually. The same is true for the intensity of your workouts. Tip number 11, select an exercise routine that suits your lifestyle. Everybody has a different lifestyle and a different profession. There is no set time that you should or should not work out. If you like to work out late before you go to bed because it is relaxing to you, then do it. If you like to work out early in the morning because it helps you wake up, then that's great too. Some people like to work out on their lunch break to take a break from the stress of their job, or because that is the only time they have available. Tip number 12, don't stand around, walk around. If you can walk around, then do it. People who are pacers are actually doing themselves a lot of good because they are constantly moving. Pacing also helps you think. Tip number 13, don't sit if you can stand. If you can stand comfortably, you will burn more calories doing so than if you were to sit. Tip number 14, don't lie down if you can sit. Same concept as the two above. Tip number 15, the couch and the television are anti-weight loss. If you are inclined to become a couch potato, don't sit on it. In fact, if you have to, put a not-so-comfortable chair in front of the television so you won't spend so much time in front of it. The same is true for the computer if you're a computer junkie. Some people have a more comfortable chair in front of their computer than they do in front of their television. This is, of course, if you don't work from home and need to work hours at a time in front of your computer because your chair is very important then. Tip number 16, if you have a job where you sit the whole time, stand up and stretch every half hour or so. Most of today's jobs are in front of a computer and require you to sit. If you have a job like this, make it a point to move every so often. Tip number 17, walk around while you're on the telephone. You'll get a good workout if it is a long conversation. Tip number 18, use the stairs instead of the elevator or escalator. These are great conveniences, but they make us very lazy. Also, it may be quicker to take the stairs than to wait on an elevator to open. Tip number 19, quit smoking. Smoking does not contribute to your weight exactly, but it does lead to erratic eating behaviors and increases caffeine dependence. Tip #20 10 minutes of cardio a day is good for most. You can get this by other methods than running. Tip number 21, if you can't run for a physical reason, then try 15 minutes of brisk walking to keep fit. Tip number 22, you can walk anywhere if you have time. If work or the grocery store is not far away, consider walking there or riding a bike. It may take you longer, but you're getting your workout in at the same time. Tip number 23, hide the remote control from yourself. Remote controls are also evil when it comes to losing weight. If you didn't have a remote, you may not even turn on the television, which means you might find more active things to do. Get up and change the channel if you don't have a remote, or go for a walk instead of watching TV. Tip number 24, do your own fetching. If you need something from the kitchen, the TV channel changed, the mail or newspaper from the driveway, walk and get it yourself. Adding a little walking to your day will do wonders for you. Tip number 25, walk along or climb the escalator with it, or just take the stairs. Tip number 26, walk around during commercial breaks or do simple exercises like crunches or bending over and touching your toes. Do anything to get your body moving more and to keep your blood pumping. Tip number 27, turn on some music and dance. Again, the more you get moving the better you will feel and the more weight you will lose. Tip number 28, if you take public transportation, get off a block before your stop and walk the remainder of the way. This is a good way to squeeze in a walk before and after work or on the way to another destination. Tip number 29, do pelvic gyrations to get your midsection in shape. Of course, you wouldn't do these with anybody around, but they are a good step in getting your body prepared for more serious stomach crunches. It is also good on the back muscles and keeps you loose instead of tight. Tip number 30, suck in your stomach when you walk. Walk properly, but do your best to keep that stomach tucked in. You will soon begin to feel those muscles tightening. Tip number 31, do breathing exercises to tone your midsection. It is amazing how breathing properly and with your entire diaphragm can actually help to tighten your abdominal muscles. Most people breathe way too shallow as it isn't oxygen as good for the brain. Tip number 32, experiment with yoga. Yoga is a great way to lose weight and reduce your stress levels. Yoga teaches you how to control your muscles and gain more control of your individual muscles groups. Tip number 33, lift weights. Strength training burns more fat than people give it credit. When you work on building muscle, they begin to burn fat to fuel muscles growth. Do be aware that when you gain muscle, your scale may not be an accurate tool in determining weight loss because muscle weighs more than fat. Tip number 34, massage your partner. You can exert yourself a little bit and at the same time you will be able to compliment them on the weight they have lost if they have been working out with you. Tip number 35, take the stairs 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time. This causes you to have to exert yourself more and increases your heart rate. Tip number 36, take your dog on a walk. Chances are that if you're not getting enough exercise, neither is your pet. Or, let your dog take you on a walk. For once in his life, let him lead you where he wants to go and as fast as he wants to get there. It could be a good workout for the both of you. Tip number 37, join a dancing class. This could be ballroom dancing where you learn dances like the tango, salsa or foxtrot. These dances are fast-paced and will get you moving. Even slow ballroom dancing is a lot of exercise and will definitely tone your legs. Or, you can take an aerobic dance class. How many dancers do you know that are overweight? Tip number 38, lean against the wall so that your face is close and then use your hands to push your body away. Do this 3 or 4 times to stretch. Tip number 39, swim whenever you can. Swimming is a great way to get your cardio exercise and it's low to no impact on your joints, which is great for people who have osteoporosis or joint problems. Tip number 40, try playing tennis or basketball. Playing games are a great way to get into shape. It's also more fun to work out with someone else in a competitive atmosphere. You will be more driven to push yourself and you'll burn more calories, just don't overdo it. Tip number 41, always start your workout with a warm-up of about 5 to 10 minutes and end with a cool-down of 5 to 10 minutes. Your body needs to reach a certain heart rate level before it will respond well to the rest of the workout. Tip number 42, don't carry your wireless phone or cell phone with you. If it rings, go walk for it. There are so many conveniences in life and we always have everything we need at our fingertips, but this is obviously bad for the waistline. Tip number 43, if you're standing around, stretch your legs a bit by standing up on your toes and then gradually drop to your heels. You can also flex your buttock muscles as well, but maybe when nobody else is looking. Tip number 44, before going to bed, undress and stare at yourself in front of the mirror. Take note of what areas you need to improve on and what areas are your best assets. Taking a self-inventory can keep you motivated in your workout endeavors. Also, don't forget to compliment yourself on any new muscle tone you may have or other improvements you've made. Tip number 45, don't slouch in your chair. Try to sit up straight and erect at all times. Slouching is bad for your back and gives you a flabby figure. Make it a point to always sit and stand with good posture. Tip number 46, most people would like to target their stomachs and get rid of that area altogether. Unfortunately, we can't spot reduce. But, one thing you can do is a breathing exercise to help tighten those stomach muscles. Breathe in air as strong as you can and tuck your stomach at the same time as much as you can. Hold it for a few seconds and then slowly let it out. Don't let it out so fast that your belly flops out. This is not good. Try to breathe like this whenever you think about it, about 50 to 60 times a day is ideal. This will help you to lose at least an inch within 20 days or so. Tip number 47, don't discourage yourself from exercising and eating right by wearing clothes that don't fit. If you're a medium, wear a medium. Wearing the wrong types of clothes can make you appear larger than you really are. This includes workout wear as well. If you wear clothes that fit now, you get to go shopping later for smaller clothes and you can sell your slightly worn larger clothes in a consignment shop or you can take them to Goodwill to be given to someone who can use them.